Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Data Sim live stream. Today it's the 22nd of July 2025. It's 38 minutes past 8 in the evening, back in X-Plane 12 in the recently updated beta of the FlightFactor 757-200. Now, they've updated the 767 a few weeks ago. Enjoyed flying that, and it's a channel favourite, the 757, and it's obviously a very iconic aircraft as well. We're flying a real-world Delta 757 route. Here we are in Detroit, Michigan. Lifetime live weather. We're flying down to a new airport we've never flown into, Savannah Hilton Head International in Georgia. Flight time around 1 hour and 40 minutes. My last day at work. I was in the sim today and I finished, and I wanted to do a later evening flight for my US friends and followers, and obviously we've got a few people from Europe watching still as well, which is pretty cool, and live on VanSim as well. So the whole idea of the stream is to have a look at the updates with the FlightFactor 757. I've checked all the ortho, made sure it's all installed. I haven't taken the aircraft flying yet, but I do have the FT Sim sound pack installed. It is all working. Just need to do, well, I didn't have time to do a test sector, so we'll be looking at that for the first time together. Who have we got here in chat? We've got Will Henwood. Hope you're doing well. Greek card, a JAL mod for the RB211 is strongly recommended. I had a look at this and I saw that this engine mod hadn't been updated since 2021, 4 years ago, unless it was an outdated forum post I was looking at here, and I wasn't too happy trying to install this RB211 engine mod on a aircraft that's been updated with the engine mod hadn't. So I might try that engine mod soon at some point. It does look very nice indeed on the forum post I saw. Captain Morgan Simulations here. Hope you're doing well. You need the Carter to the Rolls Royce, dude. Oh, I know. Why is everyone saying that now? I had a look, but I didn't have time to get it all set up. Sorry for the slight delay in the start of the stream. I do have a screaming 3.5-month-old baby, and I was feeding her, and then she everywhere, so I had to change nappy. It's a bit late getting the stream set up, but Joe's taking charge now. So go get your FlightFactor 757 stream done. Here she is. It's been some time since we've flown this aircraft. We've got some cargo loading going on here as well, but we're on stand 66, a huge airport, Detroit, metropolitan Wayne County, I think it is here. It's got about 206 runways, departing off the southerly one, runway 22 left today. Who else we got here? Stephen, greetings from Toasty Corfu. I was only there a few days ago myself, Stephen, flying in that fantastic airport. We had to take off from runway 16. Very limiting performance there for departure in real life. Pascal says hello, been loving the 75 and 76 at the moment. Excellent, they are both great aircraft. Pascal, she needs to be in the cockpit, well, in the cabin for that authentic, realistic, screaming baby passenger sound as well. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Don't tell me Ozzy Osbourne's copped it. Oh my god, when did that happen? My goodness me! Black Sabbath lead singer's passed away. When was that? Was that when it stopped the stream? I'm looking quickly here. Oh my goodness me, is that quite recently that news is coming? He only just did a last tour, breaking at 10 past 7. It's about an hour ago. I didn't even realise. Well, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. That's awful news, but he just did a farewell tour, didn't he? And he seemed to be doing quite well. Awful news. Anyway, a couple of hours ago, I'm waiting a bit slow on the news there, but I literally came back from work, and then a colleague of mine came over, and we were having a cup of tea, and then just missed that there. I'm surprised it lasted that long. I mean, yes, I mean, I would be lying when he's had years. What to say if he's had years of substance abuse, isn't he, and all sorts going on, and he had Parkinson's, didn't he? So yeah, I mean, he got into his 70s. He had a good innings based on his historic drug use, no doubt, and alcoholism, but there you go. Who else got here? Adrian B as well, Spitfire 500, hope you're doing well, guys. Douglas and Drenny, and Sholin Post, hope you're doing well, guys. Anyway, yeah, here is the FlightFactor 757, so we'll have a look at the release notes en route. I couldn't see any significant texture updates in the cockpit, not ones that I really noted in, say, comparison to the 767. Maybe it has improved in slight areas. The handling as well is better. I still think there's a delayed pitch response in the elevator, whereas the 76 was a little better. But again, it is a beta update, and they're still fine-tuning it. I've disabled that plugin, which has been known to cause multiple issues. There was a release that said that fixed it. Others in Discord had reported it been causing issues, so I've disabled this TGDS plugin, which means we've got no weather or terrain radar, unfortunately. But there we are. It's the 75. It's such an awesome looking aircraft today. It was supposedly a change to cockpit textures, but not fuselage textures, if I'm correct. Well, we'll have a look inside in a bit more detail. Anyway, let's jump on into the cockpit so we can start getting things set up. There we go. Oh, perfect. But yeah, look, I don't know. This is improved slightly, but on the 7.6 that looks a lot more realistic. But I don't know. I don't think it's had quite the same level of love and attention as the 7.6. Yeah, they definitely done something, but hopefully we'll see further improvements in time. Anyway, just before we get everything started up here, show you a little bit about our routing. Again, I don't fly in the US ever, so I'm unfamiliar with states and whatnot, but we'll be going from Michigan southbound, flying over many states. And I was just looking at the SIG weather charts here. Look at this. We've got occasional CBs up to 450 here, and if I have a look at the TAF at our alternate and, well, most importantly our destination, if I go here to weather, you can see fine, but look at the TAF. We've got thunderstorms, gusting variable knots with the speed, but it isn't until 2300, so midnight on the 23rd, so we should get in before the worst of the weather has come. So I have taken, if you look here on the operational flight plan, a little bit of additional fuel. You'll see here weather, look, 30 minutes on top, so our block fuel of 11057 caters for an additional 30 minutes of weather avoidance and holding. Yeah, the US is hot these days. I know, I think in Savannah it's 36 degrees Celsius, so approaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Very hot there, so performance will be affected with the density altitude today. Right, let's have a look at getting this aircraft set up. So we'll get the battery on, and the... What happened to my external power? I connected that before the start of the stream. Options ground. GPU's on. I'm just going to refresh it. GPU is there. Auto. There we are. I forgot to go to auto first, then external power. On, and there we are. Close the bus ties. Good. We've got some electrical power connected to the aircraft, and we can hear the recirc fans fire up. Captain Morgan says, welcome to GA during the summer where you watch by the afternoon thunderstorms. Wow, yeah, I know that this neck of the woods does get significant thunderstorm activity, doesn't it? Right, so we'll do a panel scan. IRS up here to nav. Yaw dampers to on. Electric engine control switches to on. We'll turn on the hydraulic pumps. Battery guard switch is closed. APU generator we'll put on. Turn on the utility buses. IDGs will be on. We'll start the APU because it is hot here, 26, and the cabin's been sat here on the apron for a while, so starting the APU. Lighting panels all configured and set, armed emergency exit lights, engine limiters on, switches to off here. I've pre-fueled, actually no, I thought I had 13.6. What did I need on the fuel? I thought I put 11.2, 13.6, let's refuel. Wouldn't ever, 11.2, yeah I did this, and it said refuel. I refuel. Oh, I don't know. Right, let's just retouch load. No fuel truck. That's probably why. I don't like these little finicky stuff. Retouch load. Hopefully, if we look on the overhead panel, you'll see the fuel is being reduced. No, it's not. Why is it doing that? Error. Loading the plane. Please wait. And I've told it 11.2. I might just take the additional fuel then. I wish they could make the tablet 3D. I know. I know. All right. Why isn't it instant? I hate this whole loading process. Fuel pumps coming on. We'll carry on with the setup regardless. We'll put the position lights on. Window heat on. Okay, let me just adjust this here. So 11.2. I'll just put 11.250. Fuel truck is attached. Load, unload. No. Right, we're loading the entire plane, and then we'll just have to reload. Hopefully, it'll adjust the fuel. Right, they need to update this tablet. A 2D tablet now. We need to make it the FMC at least, or a 3D tablet now. Mats all configured here. No smoking on. Seatbelt signs on. The elevation at destination. Let's have a look here in Savannah. It's not too far from the coast, so it's too high. Destination elevation 50 feet. I love the little jumpiness of the gauge. That's really cool. Alright, now let's load plane again. Loading the plane. There you go, look, it's now decreasing the fuel to 11.2. Perfect. Would never actually defuel an aircraft. I think if you ever have to do that, the fuel has to be thrown out. You can't reuse it. It'd be a very unusual situation if you ever had to do that. Lighting panels set. This to auto. Forgot to put this to auto as well. Auto rate to the little arrow. And auto. Trim airs on. Recircs are on. Auto. APU bleed on. Open the isolation valve. There we are. I've got some cool conditioned air coming into the cabin. Turn on the engine bleed for this start. Right, we've done pretty much got a panel scan here. It's in beta, this one, John Ranger. Alright, there's no ATC on here at the moment. We're expecting a Calvin 3. Is that a Calvin? Is that short for Calvin? Anyone from the US here? God, my goodness me. They're departing on it in real life runway 22 left, which is this runway here. I had a look on the D80s. So, climb on heading 216 to 1146. So, runway headings 216. Which will pre-select here. Pop on the flight directors, which they're already on by default. Just recycle them. Go back to that SID. So, climb on runway heading 216 to 1146. Then direct to boost. Boost. Climb on track 226. To cross ratio at or below 7,000 feet. So we'll set 7,000 feet as initial stop altitude. Imagine we have our clearance. And then from ratio, it's full. We'll check that when we put it in the FMC. But essentially, the SID probably takes us straight to our destination. It is Calvin. There we are. Oh, yes. And, Centre's online. 119875. Are they providing ATC? And I will tune that to COM1. Well, I got a message that came up saying... there doesn't appear to be a controller providing clearance, but maybe he's come on there. Right, I've sort of loaded the MCP, but we do need to load the FMC, which is coming up now. So let's go here. So latest AirAC is installed. Sorry about the position of the FMC, but I can't actually get my head any... Oh, I can now. Get it a little bit in a better position. Yeah, because of the camera, it's being blocked by the MCP. It's quite hard to get it in a decent position for the FMC. That's a bit better than the one I had, so let me just save that. There we are. Dallas, where are we? Not Dallas 4, I forgot where I am. Detroit, Kilo Delta Tango Whiskey. GPS position. Where is that? It's up here. Oh no, where is GPS? I don't want last position, that's nowhere near where we are. Let me just bring up Navigraph for you. Oops. How do I find GPS position again? I don't want to take that one. Are the bugs ironed out now? We'll have a look. Disregard the auto ATC because the centre is now online. Roger. I can't remember how to find GPS position. I've got IRS position, but it's not going to be as accurate. And you can see there's slight differences here. Init ref. I've got last position and the reference airport, but where's GPS? Dangle, hopefully he's going to tell me more information. Right, I can find the stand information anyway and go from there. We're on stand. Oh my days. Chos. There should be a GPS position, shouldn't there? And I've flown this aircraft multiple times before, and the 7.6, and it has a GPS position, but all I've got is IRS positions and last position. None of it's accurate. Alright. Maybe try to turn off INS, switch on and off. Maybe there isn't a GPS on board? Is that like an option? Anyway, look, we'll have to get our position manually, or just... what I'm going to do is find out what the actual coordinates are. Alpha 66, I think we're on. So it's north 42, 12, 8. West 0, 38, 21, 3. I am going to use this one. It's close enough. Update might have reset your options. Google Maps. It's not up by the IRS line stuff. What button to turn the GPS on? Right, anyway, look, we've got our coordinates in. It's close enough. Going there. Or from there, routing. I've never seen that before. Let's find our flight plan. So routing to Savannah. Is that pronounced Savannah, guys? Savannah. KSAV. I saw there was a place in Georgia quite closely, called Athens and Dublin. There we are. Oh, it's an EFB option. Page 2. Avionics, probably. I'm not going to use... I have got the FPDS upgrade. Must be under avionics, surely. Init ref page 2. Yeah, it's not there. GPS position, jet centric, wasn't there. We've got IRS and now actual FMC position, but who knows? IRS nav only. Oh, sorry. Modern EFIS, ADF. So this is a 757 without GPS installed right now. I see no options here regarding it, and it's saying IRS nav only. I did a full reinstall, but yes, you don't have pip enable. How do I enable? This will change FMC type of original bit available when the plane is not loaded with payload. What's pip? Pip FMS. Can I still get there without GPS? No, it's an RNAV of depart. I need GPS. So I've got to unload the aircraft. I'm so sorry about this. Loading the plane. This must be some sort of ancient Boeing early FMC. And you have to unload. Great. Alright. Sorry about this, guys. This is what happens when you don't do test sectors. Unloading, right. Just have to wait until the plane is unloaded. Why can't it be instant? And I've got the option selected for it to be instant. Dan Joey, can you manually input your GPS? Or you can manually input your position, of course, but then I need GPS for RNAV, ability to fly RMP. Right, it was options, aeroplane, no, options avionics. Right, PIP FMC.
50.
Now 40, it's saying nav database out
30, 20, 10.
Cheers, Fernari, probably. Don't save.
Maybe the baby needs the diaper changed again.
Maybe it does. That would be useful to do. Distraction. Cheers, Fernari. I think the baby's nappy doesn't need changing again for a while. There we are. Right. I'll go right from the start. Ident, pos in it. Dallas. There we go. GPS position is in. And it's showing the nav database out of date, but it shouldn't be. July the 25th. Or is that July 10th? It is out of date. God damn it. Alright, hopefully it won't be an issue. But look, we've got the new PIP FMC in here. Thank you, Mr. Fenari, for your donation. Are you using the FT Sim sound part? Yes, I am. Right, our call sign is Alpaca. What are we today? 7-5 November Alpha. Departures. Many runways, departing off runway 22 left. You can tell we're in America when you have about 62 runways for departure. It's a Calvin 3. There we are. Via stays. Let me just bring up Navigraph again. Many charts. No, I don't think we're going via stave. Calvin, and then no, it's a different route, so we're not going to select that transition. From Calvin, we're routing direct to Echo Charlie Bravo. Sug.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Oh, America. It's going to be the top one, the other one's in the southern hemisphere. Danny Crumpet, thank you. Who are you? 58 members as a member. Have you changed your name? I don't think I've ever seen it. Danny Crumpet. You've been a member for almost 5 years. Evening Captain, first time I've caught live in a long time. Hope you and the family are well. Very well, thank you very much. Appreciate the support as a member. Tired and stag do this weekend and getting married very soon after. So Yeah, very stressed but very excited as well. I cannot wait to now get married, but very much looking forward to today. I hope you're doing well too, Danny Crumpet, thank you. Right, SUG, India Romeo Quebec. Right, you know what? Oh, it's going to be the VOR, dear me, not a localizer. We then got Fibro. From Fibro, it's direct to Flint. From Flint to please. Please don't load the PIP FMC again. Direct, there's no arrival here or start, so I'm going to select the current runway in use there, which is runway 28, which is a RMP only approach. Oh, that's going to be fun in the FlightFactor. Let's go for that one via many potential arrivals. So let's have a look here. So please terminates to the north. And I think that they're landing there in real life. Variable 3 knots. If someone could look on flight radar later and work out what we're landing on, I might change it to an easy runway, but we'll select 28 because I think that's what SimBrief has. Let's select RMP Zulu, and we'll just go via Kukes for now and join the dots. Okie dokie. Routes, activate, execute, join, please to Kukes. We got something in. Wonderful. That's all in the FMC. Okay. InterF. 0 fuel weight in, 80.6. That's based off a full load of passengers plus 5 tons of cargo. So 80.6 maximum fuel weight, 83.5. So very heavy. Alternates to go to Jacksonville, 3.6 on the fuel. Cruising at 35,000 feet. Cost index automatically generated was 21. Cruise wind, we'll put the average in, 313 at 19. Takeoff performance calculation. Right then. Yet another reason for a cabin door. Yes. Japan Airlines pilot found tied to lamppost. I hope not. Right. Let's have a look at the performance calculations. So, if I press this, you guys should hopefully see SimBrief takeoff. 757-200, 22 left. We'll go full length. Optimum, auto, anti-ice off. Populate weather unknown. Apparently, what's the wind doing here? The actual wind is 130 at 7. I guess it can't get the information for some reason. 130/7. Calculate. All right, that's giving me flat 5 DTO on 43 degrees. So flat 5. Oh, is this like the 7.6? You have to select the temperature there. Wasn't it 1? Yes, I remember from last stream. There's 1 and 43 degrees. Uh oh. Why is the thruster going to 18?
Minimums.
So this isn't the selected temperature. I've only got the ability to go up to... Oh, there we are, 48. I want 43. And then number 1. Oh, I've got full TO. How do I get the 1 in? This is why. Climb 1. Toga 1. Is it the other way around? And then selected temperature? Yeah, I think you have to select the temperature first, then 1. Yeah, because look, it's limited to 39 now. If I press... hold on. Toga 1. Oh, then it resets. Garyfield, thank you, 15 months. Hi, Captain. Is the stag lighting in 12 Packers? I don't know. I fear not. I'd like it to, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Thanks for your donation. I can't remember how to select an assumed temperature, guys. I'm so sorry. This is showing DTO1 with 43 degrees. I can get it to go to TO1 by pressing Toga, then 1. But then as soon as I insert an assumed temperature, it gets rid of TO1. So, Or do I put that in manually? There we go. I knew when there's a will, there's a way. CG's in, trim, of course. 32% trim 3 units. That's really, CG in the rear, right. 3 units is set, speeds on. These are improved climb speeds. So 153, 154, 156. Notice how they're considerably higher. So these speeds can be increased. I mean, they seem to be increased considerably, but they provide better obstacle clearance in the event of an engine failure. I don't have any performance data for this runway, whether there is any requirement to increase the second segment of an engine failure, but yeah, we'll go off the OPT speeds, 156, and then we'll set that on the MCP, which is set automatically. Thanks for your patience there whilst I was trying to remember how to insert an assumed temperature. Okay, recent arrival into Savannah was runway 28. Thank you, Jamlin. And Jamlin, this is one of your liveries, Alpaca Airways. I was downloading it only this morning before the stream. There you go, still going well. Not sure why the horizontal stabiliser is painted blue. We were commenting on the 760 the other day, but we'll let you off. Nausea confirmed, all invited, yes. Isn't the backup thrust selector? Yeah, I something you do with that we did in the 7.6, but you have to use that to select TO1, that's for sure. Right, I've done my panel scan already, that's all configured. AP bleed's been on for a while, and we've got lovely cool conditioned air in the cabin. Yes, it's 21 degrees. MCP is set, FMC is loaded. We'll ignore the fact that database is updated. EFIS, we're going to have map, extend the range, something sensible, and then the radio tuning panel, 2000 standby. Right then, oh, I've received a PDC on ACARS, very nice. So, just to highlight what it says here, so routing is there, altitude 350, squawk 1005, cleared on the Calvin 3 departure, climb via SID, expect 350 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 119875, which is active, plan runway 22 left, SID speed supply, and same frequency for taxi. Okay, so Detroit, I will push back on my own because it's America and you typically have apron control. He said call ready for taxi already, so what I'll do, I've got my 7,000 feet set. My squawk can go in now, which is 1005. Alright, and we've already confirmed the SID all the way to RTO. Okay, I think, guys, we're in a decent position here. Comms turned up, ready to go. Alpha Golf Charlie, you are Cleveland Centre. Is that who I have on monitored? I've received my PDC. It's all good, and I'll speak to you very shortly, but I want to just talk to you to see if I can push back. Cleveland Centre, hello, it's Alpaca 75 November Alpha, copy latest weather information, and we're on stand Alpha 66, just to confirm we push back and then we'll call you ready for taxi.
Alpaca 75 November Alpha, Cleveland Centre,
I didn't get a word of that, but something like... I don't know what she said. I think I'll just get my clearance. Awesome, Jam, the first Alpaca FO you ever made. We'll confirm the first. Andrew says explains like going back 10 years back in time flight simulation. The graphics are old school, but it's a proper simulator regarding flying. I heard a for Chair's Bloodline, someone was listening. Right, in that case, we'll get ready for push and start. How are we doing for time? 31 minutes streaming. That's not bad. Alright.
Boston 666, Chicago's closed, weather services terminated, frequency change approved.
Just want to confirm which way I want to push.
Thank you for the service, Soldi d'Italia,
So 22 left for departure, so yeah, we're going to push back facing north. So something like that.
Aircraft 1155, radar contact, altitude passing.
And that, and that.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Excellent.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
So, someone declaring an emergency. I loosely heard that. I wasn't really listening.
Hold on, something's going on with this boat. The plane is boat. Hold on.
I think someone is probably declaring an emergency there in the background. Right, confirmation bias. I heard FM. Yeah, I know Javelin, but I trust Alpha Golf Charlie with my life. But seeing he's the controller, I think we're alright. Good ground, right, we can crap, excuse my French. I thought I put the AP on the bus. It's on the bus! Oh, right, I don't know what trickery that's going to have done. Right. No, gate config's good. Airplane, close. AP was on the bus, it said
Okay,
AP generator.
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Boeing jets don't like losing AC power. Check the FMC, Rick plane. It's all good. FMC was quickly reloaded. Saved it in the RAM. Oh, you need to turn off GPU. Alright. Well, I did do that. Oh, actually, oh, you have to press off. Thanks. So I have to press that off first. Got it. Is it highly different to operate the 757 compared to the 737? Said Shoko. There's enough in common for me to just jump in it and fly it. Oh my god, it's just a Robotug. Yes. There we are. British Airways, here we go. Just remind everyone as well, I have filed my flight plan on NewSky, our virtual airline. Uses NewSky, Alpaca Airways. We're logging our flight to see how we're getting on. RB211s, of course.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
So this is a real world route by Delta, so we're just sort of, you know, competing with Delta on the lucrative Detroit Savannah route. Right, packs off, anti-collision light is on, parking brake we can release shortly, transponder out off, okay. Robo Nigel. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Perfect. Ah, someone messaged Cody, thank you. Huge fan, flying overhead and heard you call in, so now I have to jump in till alive. Oh, thank you. Ignore the fact I've just ripped off the pitot tube, tap probe, and AOA sensor from the air bridge. Forgot to detach it. Shift 9 though. Wow, that FS E190 has issues. It just dive bombed on the ground with the, even with the autopilot off. Don't mean on. Alright, we're on our way. It's good to be back in the 7.5. Alright, starting engine number 2. Ground. It's doing something. N3, N2, N1. Oil pressure. Hello, Jack. You got your penguin? Hello. Fuel on. Starting up. Yeah, the EG2 rapidly increases as well on the FlightFactor. That's something I'd like to see resolved. And the engine sounds are good, but they're quite muted. Show us the penguin. Jack, where's your penguin? Where's your penguin? Get it! Get your penguin. Where is it? Show everyone the penguin. Show everyone the penguin. Come here. He's trying to get it in his mouth. Get the penguin.
Central aircraft on the ground.
Get the penguin.
Detroit. Central aircraft on the ground at Metro. Contact Metro Tower 135.
Trying to start the engine. There's your penguin. Yes. Lay down then. Oh, attacked by the tower. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Say again the frequency for Metro Tower.
Good boy. There's your penguin.
35,
There he is.
Nothing. 135.0.
Alright, I should be monitoring my pushback, engine parameters, whatnot. Instead, I'm having to monitor my first officer. Right, let's, there we go. Right,
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking
will
brake.
do, madam. Parking brake set. Good start on 1, starting 2.
Disconnecting tail.
One.
Stand by.
Even. Oh my god, there's aeroplanes everywhere. Well, he'll have to go a different way. Apparently there's a new frequency for me to tune. Monitoring the engine start. N3, N2, M1. I'll chuck on the fuel. Again, the EGT increase is way too fast. What on earth was that? Was that the igniter? Alright. Perfect. Disconnect. Oh yeah. Josiah plays. Thanks for pointing that out. I appear to be facing the wrong way. Yeah, alright, I got a bit disorientated looking at better pushback.
336 Cleveland sector, radar contact, maintain level 350.
I'm gonna get told off, aren't I?
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Ciao. Oh dear, I've had a little bit of a ding dong facing the wrong way. Right, hey look, we're all human. Generators on, APU off, no start switches, no propines, no anti-ice required, air conditioning, packs auto, bleeds on, APU bleed off, isolation valve off, flaps to 5 on the performance. 1, 5, yeah, we could blame GSX. Flight controls, forward, back, left, right, runners full right and left. Great, recall, just the parking brake set there. How do I recall on the 7.5 again? I've forgotten where the button is. There it is. Cancel, recall, just parking brake, and then you complete some sort of before taxi checklist. Real pilots, I know. Right, let's contact Cleveland Tower and just say we're facing the wrong direction. Hello Cleveland Tower, it's Alpaca 75 November Alpha. We just finished pushback off Alpha 66. Might be facing the wrong direction, but request taxi please.
What was that call sign again? Or I don't know what the Victor Charlie Papa is, sorry.
Sorry, yes, Victor Charlie Papa. It's called Alpaca, it's a virtual airline, but whatever you like. Victor Charlie Papa 75 November Alpha, request taxi.
Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Metro Tower, runway 21 right, taxi via uniform golf, Victor Mike, cross runway 9 left at golf. If you're able to make that 180.
I could do a 180 for you. We'll taxi down to runway 21 right via uniform golf, Victor Mike, and hold short 9 left at golf. Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Okay, different runway, but that's fine. It's the same departure. So we're going to make a 180 turn, uniform, golf, and then up to Mike. So we're just getting the right direction first. So parking brake released. We'll just... If you just tuned into the stream here, I've had issues with GSX. It's a beta version of GSX in X-Plane. It's facing the wrong direction. But yeah, 2-1 right is basically... It's the same departure, same direction. I'll just redo the performance. And we'll J-turn here. It's all good. So we'll take off the thrust on the inboard engine, which would be working against us. There you go. Good. No one knows any different. Taxis. Whoa, whoa! There's a lot of delay on the noseway. Come on, I got full right. I think there's significant delay. Seemed to be, but I went full right and it just did not turn. Whoa, it's understeering. Not much grip on the nose wheel. I'm only doing 4 knots. Should be able to go full left or right. Oh yeah, Alpha Golf Charlie, it's fine. It's an unusual
Metro Tower,
call sign.
1346.
Right, we just need to do performance of the other runway briefly.
Alpaca 1346 Metro Tower, follow your company, runway 21 right, cross
So
runway 9
TO45, I'm going to leave it
follow the company
because we selected 43 and it's more conservative.
At golf, Alpaca 1346.
Alright, so I've texted it was uniform, which we're coming on to now, and then golf will be up here, and then he did say something about holding short 9 left, but we'll just confirm when we approach golf here that we are allowed to cross. Momentum major, keep going left. I know, but you know, obviously I'm used to the real aircraft where you turn the tiller. I was only doing 4 knots. Turn the tiller nice and smoothly, and it just follows your tiller input instead of just understeering. Anyway, we're on our way. You can cross a uniform and cross 9 left. I will confirm it though. Oh, someone's right up my Apu. He's in an Airbus. I'm in a proper plane. Look at that. Alright, so those two yellow lines take us to Foxtrot. And we've confirmed the runway for departure. I just need to change it in the FMC. We've done the performance already, so it's now going to be 2-1 right. Execute. Switch those discontinuities. Perfect. Alright. The Alpaca 75 November Alpha, so we just wanted to confirm we are able to cross 9 left fire Golf.
Alpaca 75 November Alpha, yep, cross runway on the left, 9 on the left, and 9 on right are closed.
Roger, thank you. Alright. Just having a look there in the EFIS. What's happened to the routing? So after Calvin 3, runway 22 left, it's 21 right, common heading to intercept course 203 to Sergey. What's happened to my routing?
Delta 377 on out to Sergey, wind 1008, runway 21 clear for takeoff.
21 right.
Clear for takeoff, 21 right, Delta 377.
That's better via Sergey. Good. Had a few finger issues there. Right, we've updated the SID then. We've been cleared across Uniform Golf Victor Mike. So next, right, Victor, and then it's Mike all the way down to the parallel. Vlad says, hello Caps, in your opinion, on what should I focus the most on my 737 type rating? There's a lot you need to focus on. There's no one bit you need to learn more than any others. You need to learn all of it. Learn the SOPs of your operator and get some good technical background knowledge of the aircraft. That's the sort of foundations, and then sort of go from there. Alright, proper plane, yes Josh, yes. Alright, and then next left here is Mike. Oh, it's good to be back in the US again. I've not done a stream in the US for a while. Alright, then a left here. I haven't got lost, that's the main thing. I have forgotten to do something very, very important though. Is to set one of my instruments. I haven't set the altimeter. That's a big boo-boo. Right, what's the inches of mercury here in Detroit? It's 3015. Oops. And then isn't there a click spot to? Yeah, there we are. 3015 set. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Josiah! If I slam on my brakes, you're going to have to replace my APU. The sounds are good with the FT Sim Town pack. I just need more volume. That is maxed out, look, on the exterior volume. You know, when I'm in the Felis, God, the 7.5 is powerful. I've only just added a little bit of thrust. Crikey. Yeah, it just needs more volume out there. So, config. Checked. Flaps, we've got 5. Stab trip set departure, 3 odd units. Takeoff briefing. So it's still the Cleveland 3 off 2-1 right now. And the only difference is there's no difference. Still going to Sergey, then to 4 off, then ratio. Climbing to 7,000 feet. Line up await 2-1 right. Alpaca 75 November Alpha. So that's all good. Cabin secure. Checks complete. Alright. And we'll go full length. Alrighty. You can change sound levels in EFB. Not sure if that helps. They're all on maximum as well. Or set as per the sound board. Guys, just give me 2 seconds.
377, make that left turn, Sergey, contact departure.
Target, contact departure, Delta 377.
Metro Tower, good day, Scott 3765, requesting voice clearance if available. IFR to Rochester.
All good.
And,
So I thought it was a bit of a disaster. It's all good. Jack sort of had a bit of a stumble down the stairs, bless him. He's alright, he's alright. Sorry about that, guys. I had to just shoot off. All is okay, all is okay. I thought it was Baby and Jack. Jack should be falling down. But, yeah, he just had we've got wooden stairs, and they're a bit slippy, and sometimes he just has a little bit of a slip. He only fell down a few steps. Anyway, cleared line up away. Cheers, guys, thank you. So MCP set. Transponder TARA. Strobe lights on landing lights. Waiting for You'll just think I had a
Sorry,
submission.
the call sign by Victor, Charlie Papa, 75 November Alpha, R92 Sergey, wind 1008, runway 21 right, clear for takeoff.
Wait till on right, clear takeoff, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. All good, alright. And we're cleared takeoff. Let's go to Savannah. Where's my clock? Reset timing. I think that's on run. Run. Perfect. If we get stabilised, then thrust, that's it. Press VNAV as well. Set takeoff thrust. Nice! Bzzz. Takeoff thrust set. Indication stall.
Alpaca 1346, caution weak turbulence, air discretion, runway 21 right, line up and wait.
2 and right, line up and wait, Alpaca 1346.
80 knots from hold. Very high V speeds because of the improved climb. The nose is coming up on its own. V1 rotate. Airborne. Pause rate. Clear. Shouldn't have done that. Down nav. God, it's powerful, isn't it? Alright, left turn. And now we're going to lower the nose here. What on earth is going on in that sim? Gotta love that sim. Bug it up.
Calling you, sound like you're in an ocean.
Flap on. Flaps up. Contact departures, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Right, departures. Now we're about Sergey. Cleveland, hello again, it's Alpaca 75 November Alpha on the Calvin 3 inbound Sergey, passing 2,700 feet. No Cleveland Centre. Alright. Command. Nice departure. The flight directors are quite sensitive, but I just want to double check we've got Cleveland Centre's frequency correct. 19875. That's active. Oh no, it's not. Let's try again. Cleveland Centre, hello, Alpaca 75 November Alpha on the Calvin 3, passing 4,200 feet about Sergey.
Alpaca 75 November Alpha, Cleveland Center, radar contact, resume normal speed, climb maintain, flight level 350.
Free speed, climb maintain, flight level 350, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. So 350, VNAV, and as it's the United States of America, I'll wait until passing the transition altitude until I set standard, please remind me. After takeoff, check this. Gears off, all the brakes off, air conditioning and pressurization. We've got diff pressure of 2 psi, cabin altitude's around 2,000 feet, slowly climbing. And set. And passengers are released. There we are, after takeoff check's complete. And I forgot to delete restriction in the FMC. Is it push on this one? How do you delete restrictions? Oh, I'll just do it the way I know. There we are. EPR VNAV speed. So notice how the flight director moves off. I've commented on a lot of Boeing aircraft and add-ons. The attitude never moves off the flight director. It's really quite good at following the guidance there. Alright, so we've got reduced climb. How do you full climb? There we are, full climb. This aircraft's beastly. We're heavy. Maximum zero fuel weight, 250 knots. So we're able to look 3,500, 4,000 feet per minute. It's got so much power. 7.5 is incredibly overpowered. I haven't done a flyby, sorry. There we go. Bye bye, Detroit, Michigan. There we are. Altimeter's 10,000.
Good afternoon. Alpaca 13.
Flight level 350. Pre-cruise checks.
17,000 via the SID.
Lights.
Alpaca 13, 46 Bevan Center at a contact.
AP's off. Pressurization. Still pressurized. 3 psi. Cabin engines climb is set.
Flight level 160. Alpaca 1346.
Belts and smoking on.
360. Flight level
Off, I should say.
Alpaca 1346.
And pretty cool.
Delta 1455, that was a solid visual contact Metro Tower 135.0.
Alpha Golf Charlie, most people just go straight to their climb speed instead of the SID restricted 280. Ah, interesting. I don't think that speed restriction's in there. But in Europe, as long as you're not in Class D airspace, you're given free speed, you can accelerate to your econ climb speed nice and early. Idju of issue, X-Plane Sky's looking amazing, X-Plane 12 is top notch, it's looking really nice. Is that Lake Michigan? No, Lake Michigan's the one near Chicago. That's Lake Michigan. What lake's this again, guys? Lake Detroit? Can't remember. Yeah, the lighting is fantastic with ortho. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely spectacular. Lake Erie, that's it, Erie. I knew that, guys. I knew that. Right, ETA should be 2041. No, that's when I get to double climb.
334 Alpha Bravo, New York's closed for
21:58 Zulu, 11 AM British, 11 PM British summertime, hour and a half. Eerie. Cheers, Matthew. Hey, you don't. At least you don't have to do PAs to boxes. I have to do it all the time. Max says, only clouds have TAA instead of MSAA. Did you know that? No, I struggle to even know what that is. Something to do with my graphics settings. But so far, so good. The aircraft has behaved reasonably well. I just wish they get rid of this dated 2D tablet and the archaic loading-unloading system. I don't like the fact that I made an error with the incorrect FMC, the non-PIP enabled one, which had no GPS, and I had to unload the aircraft to change that setting. That was a bit annoying. But I think it does a fair job in replicating the 757. But it needs a V2 update like the 777. I like the changes they've made, but the V2 update is what would be great to see. Approaching the transition altitude. Set 1013 and cross that to the first officer's side. There are standard set. Ellie says, I was tower controller, sorry I forgot your call sign, no problem at all. It's only, you know, the most important, largest, best virtual airline. I'm joking. Yeah, it's quite surprising not many people have heard of Alpaca. But it's very rare, most people have. So here we are, in Michigan. Stephen, you had an interesting departure from Liverpool yesterday. Storms delayed our slot. The captain came on the PA saying he was going to be crafty and do a push and park, so it became active and he had to prioritise. Yes, so push and park is a procedure used to not necessarily do what the captain stated. I think that was a bit of a white lie to you. But what it does do, it frees up the parking space for your colleagues or other aircraft. And we often do it in airports like Tenerife, where they have hold points, and you can either start your engines, taxi out, go to a remote part of the airport, and actually shut the engines down again, and your flight's gone live, but you still have to wait for your slot. You've got to make sure, A, you've got the extra fuel to do that, and B, you've got the permission from A to C, so it's not done frequently. Last time I did it was probably a couple of years ago, but it was super busy, took the fuel for it. We started the engines, taxi out to remote part of the airport, shut them down again and waited for about 25 minutes there. But it doesn't really give you the ability to jump the queue. You still have a slot. You know, if the slot improves, you might be in a better position perhaps, but that's it. Alpha Golf, Charlie says to be fit. Oh yes, I didn't think you had a US accent. Controlling US, there isn't many of us here too. Are you on like that sort of transfer that you can do then to control other centres? Oh, it did work though, Stephen, yes, so maybe the captain's onto something, I don't know, but that's not something I do. I wouldn't usually work to improve a slot. Flat in Michigan, isn't it? Sounds quiet out here. I can't believe this was the first ever livery we had, or first ever livery made for the. I mean, obviously we had Zebo mod ones, but I think the first one for the website. As Edson Pilot, this is just ortho conventional downloaded manually from my external drive. Used to be glaciers there. Wow. Lighting is spectacular in X-Plane. It's like the fens where I'm from in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're right, Jack. Heard you had a bit of a tumble. Yeah, apparently Joe said he only fell down. Hey.
Over unit going. You have a good day, ACL.
Well, I never like seeing an amber colour. It's full climb and the N1 is in excess of. Come on, auto throttle. Can I do some sort of reduced climb? Okay, yeah, it's not amber anymore. I didn't do anything. Yes, Jack. We got wooden stairs. They're not the best. Very slippy, and they're not kid friendly. I think we're gonna get a carpet runner, but apparently he just slipped off the top of the stairs, and Joe was trying to hold him whilst holding the baby, so just needs a little bit of a hand. Andy Jack is 10.5 years old. Zensim Pilot, do you have all your info on a separate drive, or it's in your custom series folder? I have it on a separate drive, which I then shortcut from the custom series folder using links. So I have I could fit it on my drive, but I've got a 8 terabyte conventional hard drive for my ortho, and yeah, just use links. Works really well. Just opening my window because it's hellish hot in my office. PC's like a nuclear bomb ticking. Ah, there we go. So airborne for 11 minutes. Approaching 28,000 feet. Cruising at flight level 350. Bloodline says you don't fly this powerhouse to do reduced climb. Come on. Yes, I know, but I was a little concerned by the temperatures. It seems to have settled down now. VOR DME is on auto. I saw that Delta operated this route. This actually was suggested by... Was it you 2 tons that suggested this route? Yes, it was. It was Euromius. Thanks for the suggestion. I didn't realise how many 75s Delta and United still operate. It's loads. Frequently. I mean, it's pretty much gone in Europe now. I can't think of many airlines that are operating it. Have Condor still got their 75, 7300? I think they do actually, because I didn't see it that long ago. I don't think any UK airline now flies the 757 routinely. Maybe Titan has one, but no regular passenger scheduled service. I saw a 2 tons, awesome, thank you. And I looked on Flight Radar and I could see, yeah, between Savannah and Detroit, multiple 757s weekly are flying this route. Oh, Iceland, of course, Iceland Air, they've got their 75s, haven't they? Thank you very much, ATC, frequency change approved. Alpaca 75, do a bit alpha. Yep. That's the American way, isn't it? Super. Over to Unicom. Carl, whereabouts in the Fens did you live? Spalding, Lincolnshire. Last stream I really enjoyed flying the Airplane Heaven Lancaster a couple of days ago. That's actually my 3rd stream in a row, I've just realised, because we did that on Sunday, and then we were streaming on the gaming channel yesterday, then this one today, and then I've got my group flight on Thursday. Busy week of streams. Oh, St. Ives, Cole. Very good, very good. Swim and climb, fading them out slowly for some routes. Yes, regarding the 75, no doubt, yeah. I mean, it's an old aircraft. And bear in mind that this aircraft holds, what is it, 210, 220 passengers? And it burns how much fuel an hour doing that? Fuel flow. Yeah, 3.2 tons an hour. The 321 Neo, 737 MAX 10, which is coming soon, that will hold as many passengers as 75, but burn about 50% less fuel. Well, not quite 50, about 30% less fuel. Yeah, it's a dying aircraft, but it still has its place, certainly in the US, and it has quite good cargo carrying capacity, the 75 as well. Crazy sarcasm. I bought Heavy Assembly after yesterday, holding you responsible for how little sleep I got last night. It is addictive, isn't it? I can't wait to do episode 3. Fojo, what version do you have for better pushback? Now, I do have the Skunkcraft updater, so it is the latest version of better pushback. I'm pretty sure. It didn't come up saying you need to update it, and we did the pushback. Exactly, Matthew. Yeah, as you pointed out, there 321 is better in the domestic market money-wise. However, it can't carry the cargo a 75 can for transatlantic market. Gas guzzling America. Well, oil airlines have hedged oil a lot, so I think it's at the moment cheaper than it was sort of 2 or 3 years ago. So. You know, well, you still get a lot of 380s flying around, and it has its place right now. So, Club, are you watching the football in the background? Negative. VNAV Path, welcome back into chat. You used to be a member of this channel, I think, some time ago. Amazing you're still streaming. It must have been like 10 years ago you started your channel. Appreciate your dedication. Keep up the good work. Thank you. The channel was born 2017, January 10th. If you go to my About section, did I get that right? January 10th, 2017. So it'll be 9 years old on the January the 10th. Streaming only really started a couple of years into it, so probably 6-7 years. David says, altitude? Question mark. Yes, we've just leveled off at 350. Welcome. Good evening, Wycliffe. Hope you're doing well. Says, I see you're flying one of the best. Absolutely. Can't beat the old 75. Welcome, T5 Unity. Thank you very much for your subscription onto the channel. So here we are in the cruise. We might reach 98,200 subscribers today. Great. So we'll do a fuel check our first waypoint. Just match the heading book here. I love it's an old aircraft and you can pop out the screens. So Echo Charlie Bravo, but that's still a way off yet. 228 miles. We'll be there at 20:59 Zulu, so in 17 minutes. We'll do a fuel and time check there. And we'll just do have a little look at the updates, see what we have here and what FlightFactor have been up to. So this is version 2620. So they fixed possible crash to desktop related to the TGDS plugin. However, I've disabled that, which is why I don't have weather terrain displayed. Fixed APU generator off incorrect behaviour. Okay. Fixed APU bleed operation with engine bleed open. Fixed message prioritisation in ICAST. Fixed lit and flying objects in the cockpit. But the big update really came with the 2616 beta, where they said they revisited the flight model, 3D cockpit knobs, buttons, and etc. Fixed decision height increments, hydraulic system bugs, warnings, oil pressure, negative fuel consumption. So essentially, there's a lot of textual changes. So things like the knobs have been improved. The display for the transponder code is still, like my calculator I completed my GCSEs on, needs a few changes here. I don't think it's quite... I remember the 7.6 texture for this is really nice. I think it just still needs a little bit of fine tuning, but overall it's okay. Nathan, your overlay has your altitude at 36,189 feet. So that's your height above mean sea level. What aircraft do, they all set a unique pressure setting once they're above the transition altitude, which is 1013, or standard as it's known. So it doesn't conform with this, okay, the overlay. This is what's important, and ensuring that we have this set, along with every other aircraft in the same airspace, because that ensures that we have separation. So that is just merely off the overlay. It's quite normal. So Jim Ashton said, what's the name of your gaming channel? I can't seem to find it. It's called Airline Pilot Plays, which I can't remember the shortcut for to bring the link up, but if you search YouTube for Airline Pilot Plays, you'll find it. Wycliffe says, I see you're flying one of the best. I saw that comment, I've read that already. My channel has been live since 2006 with 895 videos as of today. That's a significant amount. Which I don't even know how many I've got. Seeing the channel's now, what, nearly 9 years old. It's like 600, I think, but that includes streams. Thanks, Bloodline. At least one of my subscribers knows by command to Flightbot. Good guess, good guess. Just realised decision height set to 197. Good. So, geographically, let's see where we're going. Here, let's just go to world map. Kentucky, West Virginia, and then Georgia. And we've got some potential weather here. These are the SIGMETs. So this is showing icing, CBs, usual Florida weather basically. So we'll just turn off that layer now. Turn off the wind barbs. Let's have a little look at the radar, see if there's any potential weather. So we've got a little bit of CB activity on the arrival and heavy rain showers here. So looks like Florida got its usual downbursts of weather. So you know, we take additional fuel. Unfortunately, like I said, the weather radar I've had to disable because of the potential issue with it causing crash to desktops. But we'll make frequent references to the weather on route. Cataborga Simulations, you've started a YouTube channel. Only 3 videos uploaded so far. There you go, that's a good start. Canadian Bacon says you've just realised I'm flying into your hometown. You are from Savannah. Amazing. Crazy sarcasm making a reference to Kentucky Chicken. Someone Climb says, where do you think Horner will go now F1 has been released? No, he's been released from Red Bull as team principal. Who knows? Who knows? James says for only $111,000, National Geographic have a tour called Around the World by private jet that use a VIP configured 7.5 to take you to 10 different World Heritage sites for a mere $111,000. Crikey. But that's quite an exciting adventure. Very good. So I did have a look at some VATSIM events for this stream today, but unfortunately there wasn't anything there. But it's a great suggestion for the route today. How do I unlock the door? It's up here on the overhead panel, isn't it? There we are. Cabin in the FlightFactor 7.5 is pretty basic. It's okay. You've got this lovely fabric in first class. Nice views out the window. Again, some people like very detailed cabins, other people like basic ones like this, which obviously improves your PC performance. But we've got the standard 3.3 configuration. I think in this layout it's only got 170 seats, whereas in all economy, you know, 800 will have 189. There we go. Plush velour seating. There we are. I love the jet blast out the engine. But yeah, X-Plane looks... I mean, looking out the window here, it looks like real life. Fantastic. Liam, could you survive 100 days in a private jet if you were allowed to keep the jet afterwards? I don't think I'd do that, honestly. 100 days. That would be like a Mr. Beast video, wouldn't it? See, are you impressed with my knowledge of YouTubers? Probably got ashtrays in the armrest, probably. Good boy. Adrian, what ortho zoom level looks nice on 360? This is zoom level 15. I use 15 en route. So obviously if you're flying at 500 feet it's not going to look as good, but from 36,000 feet you can get away with 15. I use 15 en route, 17 around the airport. Oh, genuinely, that was a Mr. Beast challenge. No way. I didn't know that. I know he does random things like that, like was it stay in a Lamborghini or stay within a circle for so long. Still, the lighting's a bit funky in cockpits in X-Plane. There you go. Cool. A little bit of chill music on. Seeing we're all in the cruise, nice and settled. Coming up to Echo Charlie Bravo. Next few minutes we'll do our fuel check there as usual. There's the boiler. He's fast asleep. He's got droopy tired eyes. Okay, buddy. Okay. Falling asleep. He'll be asleep soon. Right, I'll back onto a yoke cam. Some climber says, have you ever flown from Madrid? The airport is a very cool design. Flown in real life and on the sim. Supposed to go last week, but because of work I couldn't make the ferry to get to Liverpool. It's one of the few places I haven't been to in real life, Madrid, in Europe. Been rostered there, but I've never actually ended up doing the route. Captain Morgan says, stay away from the swampy and sandy areas in Savannah. There's sand gnats, little bugs with teeth, leave you itching for wigs. Wonderful. Cannot wait. Wait, sorry, I completely didn't realise it going to play. Is this a World Cup qualifier or Euro qualifier? I do not really follow football. I watch the main tournaments, but not qualifying games. Domino City, what have you got to say? 63 months. Just want to say something to Captain. Treat my beloved 757 well. Greetings from my tour along the Polish coast. I'm visiting fun fairs. Amazing, Domino Messina. Well, your YouTube channel's had some massive hits of videos on them. What was it called again? Feel free to share it. But enjoy, buddy, your tour around your home nation. It's the ladies Euro semi-final. My apologies. It's a shame, really, that women's football doesn't get as much exposure as the men's. But I mean, it shows you I didn't realise it was on. So that's great news. Seems like we're going all the way to the final. Tom said, my YouTube channel is this one. You do spend a significant amount of time helping me moderate it, that's for sure, which I very much appreciate. So 7.5, range of this fully loaded. Transatlantic easily, isn't it? No problem at all. Doctor says, have you watched speed tape films? Imagine ferrying, I guess you're saying, a 310,000 miles around the Pacific. Yeah, I have seen his videos flash up. He's got about 10 type ratings, just lots of very flights over to jets, everything from Airbus to Boeing, doesn't he? Very cool. Sash says it's very much front page and covered well on terrestrial TV. It's come a long way. Well, that is good to know. I don't really watch TV though, the only thing I ever do watch, if I do watch anything, if it's on, is on Netflix or Amazon Prime. But the only thing I've recently finished watching is Clarkson's Farm, which was brilliant. But no, I must confess. I mean, I do read some newspapers and on my phone and BBC News, and I haven't actually seen that come up. Canadian Bacon says, Savannah is the only airport with a grave in the runway. Specifically, runway 10 has 2 graves. Found out of the former landowners from way back when it was a farm. Well, there you are, fun facts of the day. Spurious Podge did Dublin to Boston 752. It was very cool. Aer Lingus, not many of them left now. No, we were saying earlier, it's a dying fleet. Hello, Dark Lucenario says, hi. Just curious, since I want to do pilot training, I want to buy an iPad. How much storage do I need? Do I need cellular or GPS? What do you use and recommend? Well, I have a company assigned EFB, which is an iPad. But if you want to start your flight training and use an iPad for, I don't know, FlightFactor or some other flight software, I wouldn't really know where to start. I don't know really what you want to use it for. I mean, so when I did my flight training, iPads were not a thing, and I just used a laptop and books. But I don't know. For the guys using iPads on light aircraft, do they use cellular and GPS? Really don't know, I'm afraid. Everyone knows about these gravestones in Savannah. But the graves used to be a family cemetery, and every other grave was relocated to Savannah, and the only 2 that were left were the owners. No way. There you go. There's some iPad advice from Douglas. iPad Mini 256GB and 5G. Get a cellular iPad that has GPS. The Wi-Fi ones don't have GPS. So there you go. See, I have an iPad Mini, but it's about 10 years old, battery's cooked, and it doesn't have cellular. But our work iPads have cellular and GPS, and they work flawlessly with the Jefferson FD Pro, so we actually use that to sort of supplement navigation. James, do you have a particular aircraft range in your apprentice fleet that you don't enjoy flying, whether it's because it's worn out or normally has tech issues? Genuinely, no. They're all the same to me. Some are older than others. Older aircraft feel more bedded in, whereas new aircraft are quite stiff. And when I say that, not from a handling perspective, like opening the L1 door when it's a new aircraft, it's like really tight and you have to really give it a good shove, whereas an old aircraft, it's nice and easy. It's not that it's dangerous, it's just sort of been well used. But really, like most operators these days, the aircraft are maintained incredibly well. Any aircraft with hills, it's not like it was 20-25 years ago where certain airlines would fly with multiple technical issues. If there's a hill, the company will work hard to get it fixed ASAP. So I very rarely fly any aircraft with any defects. Very rarely. Aircraft are usually fully serviceable every single day. Yes, worn in would be a good way of saying it, Captain Walking Simulations. Sue and Climb, if you are flying in real life, do you still plan your route on charts, maps, paper, and take shots of the aircraft? No. Not in the 21st century. No, I haven't seen a paper chart or used a paper chart in years. There's no paper charts even on board the aircraft. It's all on an iPad. There are procedures in place if an iPad fails, and God forbid if both failed, we have to utilise the FMC, so you minimum through that, but that never really happens. Sasha, can you explain why and what sort of conditions where you may decide to override the order throttle, such as maintaining VRF in gusting conditions prior to disengaging the automatics? So yes, in gusty, windy conditions, you might just have to help the auto throttle along slightly by overriding it physically, on the 7.3 especially. So you're just scanning your speed and sensing trends. So if it starts going below VREF and the auto throttle isn't responding quickly, you just add thrust manually. And then as soon as you're satisfied with that change, you can just relax your input on the thrust levers and the auto throttle will retake over. But yeah, in gusty winds, to keep speed where you want it to at your V-fly speed, you do commonly have to override the auto throttle. Not really the case in desktop simulators. Josiah plays, yeah, I know the weather doesn't look great in Savannah. So that's the edge of the orthotar there. Not so hilly now. Sorry, not so flat now, it's getting a little more hilly. Oops, I forgot to do my fuel check at Echo Charlie Bravo. It was about 2 minutes ago we crossed it, or 1 minute. Right, let's have a little look here. Okay, so 35 minutes, 37 makes sense, crossed about 2 minutes ago. 7.9 tons of fuel we should have on board, have 8.5, so we saved about 600 kilos. We should have burned 3.2. Fuel used, you find here. Was there a used switch? Oh, I can't remember. Or was it in the FMC? Well, we know we dispatched with 11.2, and we've got 8.4, 9.4, 10.4. So we used 2.6, 2.8 ton. There, I can't do maths. 11.2 we dispatched, didn't we? 9.4, 10.4. 10.4, so 2,800, and we should have burned 3.2, so yeah, that makes sense. Sasha, PMDG73 has auto throttle override in settings as an option. Yeah, I've seen a number of add-ons do, and most do. However, I haven't really had to do it in a desktop simulator. The gust modelling is, most sims, the speed changes are too rapid. You can't really do it. humid in Savannah. Oh yes, thanks for grabbing that 2 tons. So what we've got here, variable 3 knots, 10 statute miles, thunderstorm, scattered CBs, broken at 7,000, 29 degrees, 26. Yeah, that is a very high dew point. It will be sticky. Oh, that must be horrible. And then lots of text I only ever see in America. Something about thunderstorms moving west-southwest, I think. Cool. Right. What's the time? 3 minutes. I'm just going to nip to the toilet, guys, and then I'll be back in about 2 minutes or so. See you in a sec. Hello. Just logged in, Captain. How's the update? Also, the crab legs. The in-flight bill, or shall I order DoorDash? Oh, what's DoorDash? I've heard that phrase before. I need to be reminded. I've no idea. Potentially in the back. Update seems to be fine. Some small changes. So the flight model's changed. I had a play of it yesterday briefly. I think the pitch moment's still quite sluggish and delayed like it was of previous builds. So a bit more refinement there, but there have been some texture improvements. And yes, Flying Irishman, I was in the lav, yes. Dark Lucario, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Appreciate the help from all the other subscribers here. Oh, that's it. You've got generally very good, I'll say generally, pretty much every day I've got great people in chat. This is when you need Alan Turing for the decryption of ADATs. DoorDash is like just eat. etc. in the USA. Ah, thanks for translating that crazy sarcasm. Just it got you. Perfect. So top of descent is just over 160 miles away. So, might have to do an RMP approach onto runway 28. And you guys were telling me, oops, wrong button. You guys were telling me that in real life they're landing on 28. Let's have a little look on flight radar. Savannah is around here, isn't it? Ah, oh, look at that figures. A lot of GA stuff going around. Let's have a look at the last arrival. Why's that not working? Hey! Why is it not coming up arrivals? 2 secs, guys. Is it because I've got it minimised? Oh, it's because I had it reduced. Just gonna make it bigger on another page. It's better. Oh, they've changed flight radar, haven't they? I don't like this new layout. You can't find airports that aircraft that have landed. It's just like a list. I just want to see the conventional list. I don't like this change they've made. Latest events. Oh yeah, conditions currently thunderstorm. Let me just refresh the page. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. More landings, and it's like the original list. Right, so I can't even see what aircraft has landed there recently. So if they're using runway 28, I'll have to plan for a RMP approach, which I have flown this aircraft before, and I'm not 100% sure if it follows the same sort of logic as the 737 does. So, I don't know if Matthew Presley's here. The 76 and 75, does that have working VNAV for the approach? So you sort of utilise it to go down to your minimums. Plane, there's one on arrival onto a south runway. Just get an update on the wind again. South runway would be great, like straight in, bish bash bosh, but it is shorter. It's variable 3 knots. Forecast is to be from the east. Nice, Matthew Presley. And does the 75 and 76 have approach logic where you get established on the approach and then you can set the missed approach attitude and it doesn't level off or anything like that? In that case, we'll have a go at flying the RNAV approach to LNAV VNAV minimum. Hello ATM11, good evening Captain. Have you ever flown to Moss Airport? Riga was an alternate for Gardermoen, but it was closed to passenger service in 2015 though, but it was my home airport. I think I have, years and years and years ago. I'm just checking my logbook. Henry. I recognise the code. Airfield. Henry. Search. Yes, I have been there. I've been there 18 times. Last time I went there was in 2014, which makes sense of when it was closed. when I was based in Spain. Last time I went there was 11 years ago. Crazy. So ATM 11.5. Oh, Lincoln 18, oddly specific. Yeah, my logbook, it says. Possible ATM 11. Did you go to undisclosed Spanish destination? I'd have been a first officer back then, though. Yes, 18 is the number of times. I like that. It's 9 times I've been there. I've operated 18 times, so 18 is the amount of takeoffs and landings. I've flown to 152 airports in my career. Well, I'm not going to say how many aircraft I've flown. Too much information, but many hundreds. And they've actually just used runway 10. They're using all the runways in Savannah. They're 28, 18, and 10. Is there any ATC? We'll see if there's any ATC and let them go. Yes, logbook stats then. 6,739 hours total. 1,855 as a TRE, TRI, totaling 8,594 hours. PIC. Oh, do you want an interesting fact? My PIC time has just passed my FO time. That's really interesting. So PIC time, guys, 3,240 hours, but that does include Cessna and whatnot. FO time 3,211. So I've now had in my flying career more time as pilot in command than first officer. There you go. Who would like to hazard a guess as to how many takeoffs I've done in real life? And you'll be pleased to know the same amount of landings as well. They do add up together. How many landings do you think I've ever done flying an aircraft? That does include some as pilot monitoring, to be fair, so I've not actually landed all of them. See who gets the closest. $256. Bit more than that. At least 3. Vlad packs maybe in a few years' time, aka 10 years. Real aircraft, Earl. Real aeroplane. Oh, flight sim, I have no clue. 42.5. At least one. I haven't had anyone. Oh, right. I'll give it there. Nathan's been the closest with 3,100. I've landed 2,960 times. 2,960. I didn't even know that. Stats. It's really interesting. The logbook takes everything, and I've always logged things like passenger numbers and things like that. Next guess then. And I'll say it to the nearest one ever. There's total stats. There we go. Wow, this is an interesting one. So the nearest 10,000. To the nearest 10,000, how many passengers have I carried on aircraft since I started in 2011? To the nearest 10,000. List them in. Nope. Oh, great news, Josiah. We'll find out what we're landing on. Julie Pilot been to LFIH La Rochelle, maybe. Ooh, someone was... Well, actually, no one's been too close. It's in the hundreds of thousands, guys. I couldn't believe this. I don't often look at this. So since 2011, I've carried, as first officer and captain, 346,205 passengers. Amazing. Here's another fun fact. Most passengers I've carried is a full load, obviously. The minimum amount of passengers I've ever had on a scheduled flight, bear in mind I'm flying the 737, you ready? 4! I wanted a flight with 4 passengers on during COVID. That's amazing. How many of those were the same people over again? Well, probably some of them would have been on the same flight. Oh, Matthew, look at that. 3,007 landings. We're very similar with regards to experience levels. Longest ever flight. You'll beat me on this one, Matthew Presley. My longest ever flight is 5 hours and 15 minutes. Most common type of approach, by far ILS, of course. Most common delays, late inbound from previous sector. Slots from ATC. It's very interesting. Stats. And the 5 hours 15 was to an undisclosed location. It was from an undisclosed location, but I went to Tenerife. Very strong headwind from the UK. Hello, Omnivore. I captured a little out of topic question here. Doesn't sound out of topic. On a VS approach, when sending MD on the MCP, would you round up or round down to a nearest 100 feet increment? Always round up for MDA. So if the MDA was 1235, oh sorry, on the you set your actual minimums on the PFD, but yeah, always round up. So you'd set and you can only do 100 feet, so you'd set 1,300 feet in that case for the VS approach. Most visited airport excluding your home base. So home, I'll disregard all my bases because I've had a few bases in my career. So most popular airport excluding where I've been based, which is about 5 different bases. Let's have a look here because I was there. Well, it doesn't count really. It's where I did my PPL and CPL. Goodyear, Arizona, and Finland. But after that, where I've not been based, Dublin. Did I say that? And that's actually not that high up on the list because I've been based in a few other places. But Finland was high up. Finland's number 3, 114. Last visited 2010. Sorry, yeah, I said Tokyo. You're here in Phoenix, awesome. Flew out of Chandler Regional. Oh, L. Lincoln, yeah, Goodyear. Everyone takes the mic, but yeah, I flew out of Goodyear, Arizona. Yeah, I flew into Chandler. I flew into Gila Bend. That's the only one I remember. Tucson. Where's the massive aeroplane graveyard? I'd have to look at a map again. Still have your Finland medal? Yep. Where is it? Oh yeah, well, for finding the aircraft, I can't find it. Somewhere up my notice board somewhere. Right, yeah, someone's just mentioned not far from top of descent. Yes, you're right. 110 miles, still away. We'll start setting up shortly. Don't forget that it's quite far zoomed out. We're inbound to India Romeo Quebec now. It's getting a little bit cloudier, look. Oh yeah, the weather's soon deteriorated. Got thunderstorms around at our destination as well. It's going to be fun with no working weather radar. Alpha Golf Johnny. Somewhere that rhymes with Banstead. Oh, that was quite creative. That reminded me of Face Jacker. Was it Phone Jacker? Who remembers the guy Brian Badonde? Oh yeah, I'm showing my maturity there. Brian Badonde. Bamstead. There you go, Matthew. You win the longest flight and distance by far. 11 hours 30, 4,743 miles. Boy, Brian, yes. Thank you, some people get it. Classic. Ah, makes sense, I suppose. So you're well acquainted about red and white chimneys and the approach to 2.8. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Poor Billy Bar. It's brilliant, isn't it? I keep getting the algorithm has chosen Phone Jacker shorts, and I keep getting YouTube shorts on Phone Jacker. It's so funny. Oh yeah, you went from Mash Presley to an undisclosed US location to Ekapapa Lima Lima. That's Wooch, isn't it? Very good. ATM, it's good seeing you for Haugers and... Is that... It is Haugers? No, no, not Haugers. Where was it? Told me. Riga. Yeah, Riga. If you ever fancy going there. Have I been there on a stream yet? I don't know. Yeah, Matthew, lots, but it's pronounced... It's Domino Messina here. Łódź. It's pronounced Łódź. Is anyone from Poland here? Correct me if I'm wrong. Stephen, here's an idea. What's the shortest runway length of 7.3 can land and take off from, and where is the airfield that has that exact length? Right, well, Santos Dumont's got to be the one, hasn't it? The real Doc Rabbit, would you consider someday for fun doing a solely VR radio flight no FMC? I've done it in the NG, and we've done loads of flights. I mean, last stream in X-Plane was in the Fearless 742, which only has INS. But if you type in flight deck to sim, I'm just looking on YouTube myself here, no FMC, will that be the flight we did in the PMDG? Yeah, type in flight deck to sim, no FMC, and we did a dual FMC failure, or dispatched, I think, with an FMC failure. Sorry, Riga is ever, I think. Oh, Alpha Golf Charlie, there's Riga, R-Y-G-G-E, which is now a closed airport in Oslo. Spelled R-Y-G-G-E. But yeah, sounds simple. Yeah, there you go, ATM 11's come up. Oh, Matt Sturbett, yeah, I suppose you're referencing what Stephen said. Yeah, an MT-73, you could get off. You could, if you had to in an emergency, you could probably stop in 500 metres with max manual braking. Empty, I bet you could. Well, interesting clouds there. I thought X-Plane had the best clouds now. They are... What's going on here? No good. Right, better do some sort of setup here. Now let's actually see if... There is ATC here. Where are we going? What's the code for Savannah? KSAV. There is an ATIS. 12375. We can listen in and see what runway is in use. As we don't have any sense of that. So listen in to the ATIS.
Departing runways 10 and 19er. Notices to air mission South General Aviation apron open to aircraft with wingspan greater than 9 or 5 feet via taxiway only. Taxiway Bravo 2. Charlie 2 limited to 12,500 pound BFR aircraft. Take direction of flight. Push and start at pilot discretion. Read may call runway assignments and hold
Simba, thank you, buddy. I'm just going to grab the 8. It's very kind.
You have information Bravo.
Okay, information Bravo. Thunderstorms.
At airport HS information Bravo 2053 Zulu. West variable at 3. Visibility 10. Thunderstorms. 3,500 standard cumulonimbus. Ceiling 7,000 brook. 10 south brook. 29er. 2.26. Altimeter 29er 8 Visual approach to runways 10 and 19er in use.
Visual approach runway 10, 19er. Okay, so we'll plan for a straight in on 19er. Which is the shortest runway there. Before I do that, I just want to say thank you to Simbear. He's incredibly generous. He's been a member on the channel for a few months now, and he's always coming here gifting members. So thank you very much, buddy. Welcome on board, Daniel Delic, Pax217 Man, Peter Green, Matthew Presley. Welcome on board. I'm sure your input would be appreciated for the month. You remember in Discord, and William as well. Thanks, guys, for I say thank guys. Thank you, Simbear, for once again your generosity for the gifting members. Daniel Delic, welcome on board again. Flying Walnut, I may have possibly taken off from a small GA grass runway. It was buttock clenching time. Yeah, you should take off from Finland. There you go. Alright, so we've got to start setting up for this approach, and now it's going to be runway 10 or 19. So 10's got an ILS, 19 straight in. I think with the 7.5, because it's not a particularly long runway. Here in Savannah, what is it? Why is that not coming up? Hey. What is select? Oh, you stupid boy, pressing the wrong button. Where's landing distance? Hey, 2,100 meters. You can land it, but I think they'll be using the Eastleigh there, runway 10 then. the visual approach, so we'll plan off that one. Greg Scott, thank you, 68 months a member, very long time, almost coming up to 6 years, even counting fellow alpacas. Thank you very much for the support, buddy. Hope you're doing very well. And thanks for popping in. You were in the stream yesterday on AV Assembly, weren't you? Thanks for popping in too. Right, let's plan for runway 10 then. I'm just selecting the charts in the background, then we'll brief them. Alright, so send page 240 below 10,000 is fine. Cruise information's in, you can't load any winds, so we're going to put ILS 10 via the south transition. No, that's over the top, which is probably not going to do. We're going to get radar vectors. My navigraph's not coming up. So what I'm going to select is basically, if we overlay that, from please direct to till. Tilly, we're going to hopefully get some sort of vectors. So please direct to till. There we are. Executes. And then we can position somehow onto the ILS. So once we get onto the ILS, there's no star here, so the arrival we've pretty much discussed. There's no terrain issues, 2,600 feet. We'll just self-position if we don't have HC yet to till by vectors onto the ILS. 135, so remember on the 75 you tune the ILS frequency down here. Course is 097. (2,000 feet platform altitude via SOVI, that's a 7.7 DME. And of course it's United States of America, no way the DME will read 0 at the threshold, it'll read 1.7. USA. I've always noticed this. VOR will be even auto, will be 1595. The minimum's 230 feet. Just don't forget to set standard here. There we are. Now MDA, how do I set the MDA here? I know you can set the decision height, which is what my operator, what I flicked on there. What did I do? I think it was that. God, lighting is awful on the sun on it. So 200 feet I've set just to get the minimums call, but we'd only ever usually set this for Cat 2, Cat 3 approaches, but we'll leave that there, 200 AGL, 230 feet on the altimeter. Yeah, it's weird that they don't bias the DME in the US. Yeah, so everywhere in Europe, pretty much 95% of the airports are DME or read 0 at the threshold. So frequency of course is minimum set, 2,600 for the MSA, via tills or self-position. The visibility, I haven't flown in America for years, it's in statute miles, it's at half a statute mile, I always forget. It's not 2,400 meters, is it? I always forget this because I don't fly in America for like 6 months and then come back and like, what's the visibility based stuff? MDA is the bug on the altimeter. Ah, thanks Matthew, simple as that. 230. But the minimums call, is that linked to that at all? So I think in the FlightFactor you can only get up to the second decision height. Anyway, look, we've covered the ILS. Go around, or go around straight ahead. It's 800 feet, left turn to 4,000 feet, holding. Heading 330 until we're established on the 001 radial from Savannah and hold at 20 miles. So SOVI 800 feet tills. That's the name of the missed approach waypoint. And holding right hand turns. Okie dokie. So we've covered the approach, landing performance then. 2,850 meters. Let's have a little look on the OPT. Alright then, so based off a wet runway, and there's thunderstorms around, slight headwind, flap 30, optimum brake setting, okay, calculate. So based off a weight of 86 tons, which is going to be our takeoff. Yeah, we burnt the fuel, so that's giving us flat 30 order brake 1. Actual landing distance 2081, factor 2600, and we have, a little look at the navigraph, 2800, so it's saying order brake 1, but I want to vacate. Where's the passenger terminal, by the way, here? Oh, it's up here. Oh, interesting. I want to vacate to the left. So here, if I can alpha, that's a bit ambitious. I'm going to go order brake 3, and we'll just vacate left as soon as we can. I think we'll aim for Bravo. Reset MCP coming up. So 87.6. What was the actual VREF it said on the performance? Flat 30, 86 tons. Adding 1.6 tons before landing. There we are. Huh. Flat 30, I want. Ah! Come on. 128 fly. Cool. Reset MCP altitude, so there's no arrival. I'm just going to set flight level 100. Leave it in VNAV. Yeah, go for start descending. Thunderstorms in the vicinity, so obviously we'd have the weather radar on. Getting a picture early on about the situation in the airfield is likely a reason to hold. Members, have a look at, if you're interested in my post, in my diversion in real life a couple of weeks ago, and you'll see the picture of the weather, what sort of decision we have to make, whether we're going to continue the approach or not. But we don't have working weather radar right now, which you wouldn't dispatch with if thunderstorms are forecast. Matthew Presley, no automatic minimums called old school. Ah, you're reliant on pilot monitoring going plus 100 minimums. Yeah, Aaron, very true. Yeah, auto brake 1 we seldom and try to avoid using in the max to carbon brakes. The wear is better with shorter, firmer applications. But you can very rarely use auto brake 1 anyway. Down we go. Top descent, ladies and gentlemen. Auto brake 3 we said we're going to use. FMC message drag required straight away. Slightly below path, slightly above speed, so okay, maybe. Right, got an ATC ding dong, Jacksonville Centre. 135. 125.
Service terminated, frequency change approved.
I'm heading right towards a lump. At Jacksonville Centre, good afternoon, it's Alpaca 75 November Alpha. We're just descending to flight level 100 here, inbound to Pibro.
Alpaca 75 November Alpha Jack Center, radar contact, descend and maintain flight level 300.
So maintain flight level 300, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. So that's set.
Flight deck descend.
Oh, hello. Do I have a... Do I have that sort of voice? Do people recognise me straight away on that sim?
330 Sierra Delta, RNAV Cape runway 18 right, clear for takeoff.
Cape 1 is right, clear for takeoff.
Matt says, imagine a world where you could hire a 75 and fly around VFR for £200 an hour and have fun. And yes, pipe dream, but would be fun. Flight level 100, sorry, you're right. Get back to Europe, yes. 10,000.
2035, descend via the get on 1 arrival Orlando altimeter 2994.
Simba, you and your ding dongs, yes. That's what I call it, what they call me.
Send via the Gita 1 arrival American 2835.
Alright, VNAV passed.
411
Doing a good job.
6000 at Yaga, cleared ILS 20 right.
Quite idle thrust, but it's gone out cap. Matt Presley, 7576. Does it have idle path descent? Does the thrust lever completely closed, or will it stay in speed in VNAV and just add and reduce thrust as required? Anyway, okay, level here. That's one of the
Southwest 411
paths
Jack Center.
escaping us.
Alright, Southwest 411.
10,000.
Cross Yaga with 6000 at Yaga, cleared ILS 20 right approach. Okay, cross Yaga at 6,000. On Yaga.
Definitely CB activity over there.
Right above,
Quite interesting. Completely flat on top, which is unusual.
Pocket 75 November Alpha cross, please add and maintain 11,000, Savannah altimeter 2989er.
Altimeter 2989er, cross and maintain please at 11,000, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Does that mean descend now?
3946, Tampa is
Does that mean I can go? I think. Yeah, he said to maintain 11,000. Altimeter 2989. And it says 10816. Okay, so he said 11,000. So basically, we need to get back on path. So let's just get stabilised into descent, and then once we're there, we'll just introduce speed brake.
Miami Center closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Funny enough, I had an American airline in London airspace the other day, and he got an absolute word beginning with B, ending in G from ATC, because he misinterpreted a descent clearance as a descend via. So in the US, you guys get cleared to descend via the arrival, so you just set the lowest altitude descent. But in European airspace, you're told to descend to the altitude, so it's cleared to descend to a certain flight level, but they went below what AT cleared them, so it was level bust. But you could hear the confusion, and the pilot on frequency was like, "Oh, you said descend via." I said, "No, we don't issue those clearances here in the UK." So there was confusion there. Hence why I get confused when I'm on that sim in the US. No idle path, but it goes into hold mode. Up to you to maintain speed when it's on path. Roger. Speed brake's hella effective, that's for sure. 275 knots, speed brake extended, giving me 4,500 feet per minute. That is. I don't know about the 7576. That's good, bad, close to what the real aircraft is. You certainly wouldn't get that in the 73. Path's coming up really nicely. So when we get onto path, we can slowly stow the speed brake. Prioritising.
75 November Alpha, area of moderate to extreme precipitation, 10 to 1 o'clock, and about 7 miles, spans about 75 miles in diameter. Advise any weather deviations.
We'll go back at 75 November Alpha. We're happy with the existing traffic. This is the problem with desktop simulators. Weather isn't the same in every simulator. I don't have weather radar modelled or working, because I had to disable that plugging in the FlightFactor that was causing it to crash. So yeah, I mean, Mark 1 eyeball, I'd try and avoid it. Maybe we can get it for a deviation heading to avoid it visually. Alright, back on path, so reselect VNAV. VNAV path for near funnels, maintaining speed.
Expect 18 left.
18 left for
Adrian B, you're correct. In the UK, climb and climb now. So if you're told to climb, you have to respect any cleared altitude levels in the sim, but you have to be cleared specifically climb now to be able to disregard those restrictions. Same as it is for all flight sim aircraft, they grossly overestimate the effectiveness of speed brakes to make the aircraft more forgiving. Yeah. So too much drag, yeah, with 7.5 there, Matthew. I have to say the PMDG and Zebo's speed brake is pretty good for the NG. AKA not very good, because it isn't very good, the speed brake in the 7.3. Certainly below 250 knots. Certainly at 220. Anyway, we're adding thrust now, by the sounds of it, to maintain speed, but the important thing is it's following the path, and this path is going to ensure that we are at 11,000 by please. But yeah, there's definitely CBs around. Oh, Zippy Zeppel, that was you heard me. Hello.
Level 377 Jack Center, radar contact, cross lots at a maintain 11,000, Savannah altimeter 2,800, more than an hour hold.
Was it more than an hour in the hold?
1,000 for Delta 377. 1346 Jack Center, yep.
Different outback of 1346.
Jack Center, Hackett 1346, you call me. Hackett 1346, Jack Center, cross lots at and maintain 11,000, Savannah altimeter 2,800.
After starting 321, it's essentially useless below 250 knots. Won't clean. The second you start to move it, VS shoots up and the plane will refuse to slow further. Yeah.
411, runway 18 right.
773, if you rapidly extend the speed brake, which you never want to do because it's very uncomfortable for the passengers, everyone on board, there will be quite a large pitch change. Captain Morgan Simulation said, wouldn't you normally enter 11,000 restriction at police, so VNAV would obey the commanded restriction? You could do, but seeing here VNAV's going to put me at 10,800, it's going to be at least below van, and we'll just level slightly before, please. But yeah, if you were going to be grossly off what Vino says, you put it in the FMC.
Victor, Papa Hotel 427, fly runway heading, runway 2.
Alright, so our track seems to be keeping us clear of the thunderstorms and CBs.
Victor, Papa Hotel 427, fly runway heading, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Sasha, I was on back to you earlier, I thought I heard a voice double that again, unless you have been moonlighting. No, I don't think it was me. Test sectors, I don't usually go on Patson.
Control, hello. JetBlue 257, passing flight level 310, climb for flight level 380, directing Garrick.
I'm going to route direct to Tilly, but I just want to confirm the routing with the control. 16 miles away.
625, limit Jack Center.
Yes, sir. We are a Piper Comanche on the ramp at Sanford.
Barrow, thanks. I was delaying that on purpose, Dave Katz, to make sure everyone would be able to point it out. What's the altimeter setting again?
6529 Lima.
I'm not used to 18,000 feet. It's such a high bit of it. 2989 it.
PA-24.
29 Lima, maintain VFR out of below 2000, departure this frequency, squawk 3244.
Yes, Everton is dear. It's still a lot of work to do in the textures, absolutely. I can not really see any significant changes on it, unlike the 7.6, which is a lot more lovely.
6529 Lima, back correct, advisory.
Danny, do you fly test sector for every? Not all of them. I didn't do for this one. I checked the ortho tiles were installed. The runways were suitably sloped, but not full test sector. If it's aircraft I'm familiar with, then yes, I will. 7.5, okay.
Kilo Bravo 6529 Lima.
Technical Center, United 421, hold a short of 1817 right.
United 421, RNF, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
RNF, clear for takeoff for runway 17 right for United 421.
LA 57, Jack Center,
yeah. I need to find out what to do after, please, because that's the end of the flight plan.
Come on, 1239 on the direction 13,000, let's fly 1 of you. Thomas 209, Jack Center, Orlando altimeter 2994,
so that is the
runway 17 left.
End of the route.
That's the 17 left, Thomas.
And Alpaca 75 November Alpha approaching, please, and can we expect vectors towards Savannah for runway 10?
75 November Alpha, depart please, heading 200.
After please, heading 200 Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Oh, you just go to the airport. See, that's a very, again, US thing. Under radar control, you just get vectors, but here, yeah. Would sort of wing it, let's say. Pressure want to go anyway.
Target 75 November Alpha, expect ILS runway 10.
Expect ILS 10, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. So heading select.
Level 377.
Again, the flight director's sort of being chased a bit by the automation, but there we are, we've levelled off. And there's heading select.
Expect ILS 10, Delta 377.
The throttle's adding thrust. Now that looks pretty good, to be fair, for a lumpy CB. It's not massively high. It's more towering cumulus CB, but that heading's keeping us clear of the weather. It's not something you'd like to fly through.
Terminated, frequency change approved. Dotcom 26, Miami Center closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
So I guess we're going to hopefully get some delayed vectors. I'm just going to bring the speed back to 250 knots.
Delta, stand by. Vector Papa Hotel 427, radar contacts altitude.
Nice.
3,000 feet, Victor Papa Hotel 427. Victor Papa Hotel 427.
Where's the shade come from for that cloud?
360.
It's like no cloud above it. It's like a shadow. Interesting.
And direct theory, Victor Papa Hotel 427. Delta 3043, Jack Center, welcome.
Yeah, Jack Center, November 6529 Lima is ready to go, 9 left.
Did put my beloved fixed rings in, guys.
We're 6529 Lima, on course cruising 9 left for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 9 left.
Now you got the KSAV one right onto, haven't you?
And at a 421 radar contacts altitude.
It'll be at 1,100.
No, about that,
421
isn't
for
it?
direct UK, climb and maintain 14,000. Miami Center is closed, radar service terminated, frequency change
Just
approved.
a situation where it's 10 and 5 miles.
14,000 for
Ah,
UK, Miami closed, open dark side.
it's getting a bit high here.
Delta 377 is set to maintain.
Lots of you like to fly from real life. Nope. It's going around that.
Delta 377.
But the high.
Pocket 75 November Alpha is set to maintain 4,000.
So maintain 4,000 up, Packet 75 November Alpha. 4,000
Pocket
feet.
1346,
Level change.
Alpha
Flight level
discretion,
change.
maintain 2,000.
Proceed direct, pilot pilot's discretion, set to maintain 3,000 at Pocket 1347.
We'll just get it the microphone down his gullet.
411, welcome to Orlando, cross 18 left at Yankees, enter discretion to the ramp. Okay, close 18 left, discretion to the ramp.
Alright, let's introduce a bit of speed brake.
Delta 857, Jack Center.
So CB over there as well. Alright, that's going on then. Whoa, what's happened to my view? My pedestal view. That's changed. Let me... Oh! Guys, what's happened to my... what's happened to my camera? I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was...
Oh, it's doing the stupid thing when it gets stuck on the chair. I hate it when it does this. This is a thing the FlightFactor does where it gets stuck on a chair and it affects the cameras. Oh, right, anyway. What?
So 1609,
Turn off light stuff.
lights,
Lights, APU, pressurization set. Has anyone had that same issue, by the way, with the seat? Look, see, if you move how the seat moves, but it affects the camera, look.
Delta 3043, cross the Ormond VOR,
And it affects all the
maintain
default
level
camera
240.
controls. Like, I can't move my head around, I can't move it down. So I can't actually look at the overhead panel. It's so annoying with the FlightFactor. The camera gets stuck on the
Delta
chair.
3043, cross the
And now I
Ormond
can't.
VOR, Oscar, Mike,
I can do that,
November,
it's alright.
and maintain flight level 240.
Excuses are starting, I know. Right, we've got a speed brake out, 250 knots. Oh, something to do with the speed brake being out. Oh, really? Yep. If I stow the speed brake, it doesn't screw the camera up. If I extend the speed brake... Oh, no, it's working. Okay. Oh, no! It's not! Look, that's now my default view. So definitely the speed brake, yeah, is affecting the camera. That's a bug, isn't it? Well, thank you very much, none shall pass big D.
6529 Lima.
Speed brake's back out.
Maintain appropriate
Do
VFR
it.
altitude.
I really like
altimeter 2994.
the visibility here because it's super humid, 26 degrees dew point, and what was it, 30 degrees outside, something like that, and it looks like that's sticking out.
Right heading 250.
Riding 250 degrees, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Anyway,
Delta
we're
377,
low enough
5
now,
miles,
250, speed brake stowed.
2000, cleared ILS, runway 10
Want to
approach.
go.
Clear ILS 10 approach, cross towers up, 2000 above, Delta
Start reducing speed.
Back at 1346 at 9,000, maintain 210 knots.
At 9,000, maintain 210 knots at back at 1346.
Back at 2212, cross please, at a maintain 11,000, Savannah altimeter 2989, more than an hour old.
More than an hour? Where's that into?
2989, cross the please, at maintain.
Is that Jacksonville?
11,000, pack 2212. Thomas 239, expect, switch the approach up, expect initial approach runway 17 left.
Same in the 7.6. It has the same issue with the camera. Flyer says speed brakes outlook is divided by 3 is hard. I mean, multiplying by 3. Usually for descent planning, but no, it's because we were high. What's that for me?
American 2835, expect
Maybe anchored on the tail of the speed brake? Yeah, well, it affects the camera having it extended, that's for sure.
17 left at Vanya, American 2830.
Or on base.
November Alpha, set to maintain 2000.
So maintain 2,000, Alpaca 75 November Alpha. So 2,000 feet set, approaching the upspeeds. Waiting for base turn.
Aircraft calling Jack Center, that was static. Sterling's 2126, Washington's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. 1 by 5. Southwest 1.
So the radio issues.
2671, Washington's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Just waiting for that turn onto base. We're at good height, good speed. As soon as we get our base turn, we'll go flat 1, start slowing to 180 knots.
Packet 75 November Alpha, turn left heading 180.
Left 180 degrees, up Packet 75 November Alpha.
Jacksonville
Oops,
Center,
altitude hold.
1441, IFR to Birmingham with Sierra.
That's not Birmingham, UK, is it? That's Birmingham, US. Flat 5.
Packet 75 November Alpha, 4 miles from Tile, proceed direct Tile, maintain 2000 till established, third straight and ILS 10 approach.
Straight Tile, after Tile, clear for the ILS 10 approach, up Packet 75 November Alpha. LNAV, engage.
Delta 377, runway 10, clear to land.
Alright, so we'll just continue to use VS for CDA essentially. We're at 180 knots coming up.
Cross Bonnie at 7000
flat
and
5
Bonnie
speed.
clear ILS 17 left approach. Bonnie at 7000 and Bonnie cleared ILS 17 left American.
Don't have the ILS ident yet, and again, look, the autopilot's chasing the flight director.
360 for traffic.
Alright.
KSAV.
Glide slope already.
360.
Not sure actually. I think we're outside the DOC, so that feels a bit low actually. Alrighty.
Alpaca 1346, 6 miles from Tile, cross Tile at or above 2000, cleared straight in ILS runway 10 approach.
Cross Tile at or above 2000, cleared straight in ILS 10 approach. Alpaca 1346.
Excuse me. What prompted the choice of Savannah v Atlanta? This is a real world 757 route, and I've been to Atlanta a few times in the stream, not been to Savannah.
JetBlue 621.
In fact, to be perfectly honest, I'd never heard of Savannah before.
We are about 60 miles south of Tech.
Yeah, I'm actually much lower than I need to be, but fair enough.
621 Jack
I'm
Center,
familiar with the
ground
airspace and
contact.
distance. Real Dot Rapper, you do a lot of hops from KCYS. Where's that? I don't know where that is.
Aircraft
To Atlanta.
Jack Center, you're broken, say again.
Right, I'll make approach. Alright, at above 3,000 Tile, just about.
Quarter Fox, come back November, VOR, have flight over 240 for Delta 34.
Thank you, Victor Papa,
Interesting,
Cell 147, proceed direct to Ponzi.
3,000 feet, 10. There we go, there's the glide slope live now. Low capture, runway heading 097. Sense.
Need a right or left 60 here to go down lower. Alright, it doesn't help when there's 15
Beautiful aircraft.
Please let the other guy respond. American 2835, cancel approach clearance, flight present heading, descend and maintain 3000.
Very nice.
17 3000, present head American 2835.
American 506 ready for the call 180.
There is runway 10 ahead. Hi Nick, hello Captain, very rare on the computer when you're live. Glad to see you here. Thank you very much. 11 o'clock British summer time at night, so it's a little late. Mr. Pro challenging 4,000 feet is now set, fully established. Let's go flat
American
50.
2835, turn right heading 360. Right 360, American 2835.
Now Packet 75 November Alpha established, ILS 10 Savannah.
Packet 75 November Alpha, thank you, runway 10, clear to land number 2.
Runway 10 clear to land, now Packet 75 November Alpha. Number 2.
Packet 1346.
Alfie, when I drop the gear in the 75, 7 miles, 6 miles, ignoring this DOE.
10 clear to land number 3 on Packet 1346.
I'm cleared to land number 2. America! Where's the aircraft? Is an aircraft ahead then? Oh yes, he's just on short final.
239er, Roger, turn right heading 360.
You're ready at 360 miles.
There's a lot of people who are here from Georgia and Savannah around the area. Seems like a cool place to go. If you drop around 6 miles jet out of flame works just fine. We do 4. Get out. Flat 20. Match speed. Start switches continuous. Really cool shapes. Speed brake arms. Landing gear. It's coming down. Down 3 green. Auto brake is set to 3. And we'll go flat 25. So Intermediate flap setting. 128. We'll fly 133. Flat 40. Flat 30, sorry.
If we can go, just go ahead and declare an emergency at this time.
The second emergency we've heard on that. Alright, flaps 30. Come on, auto throttle, don't get low on speed. So in reality, auto throttles are much more responsive. Look, I've commanded 133 and it's gone. How many knots below? 7 knots below. The auto throttle in the real Boeing aircraft is very good at adding thrust when getting slow. But there we are, it is recovering. Alright, so reserves were 3.6 for Jacksonville. We've got 6.3, enough for a go around. Second approach. Cleared to land. Number 2. Checklist complete. Alright. Disconnecting auto throttle. Disconnecting autopilot. Oh, I don't like these flight directors. Alright, it's my mouse cursor I realised is blocking the speed. Just zoom in a bit slightly here as well. Just so 1346 auto final. Clearly there we are.
Final emergency to Mega 3046.
Okay, just about 3 knots fast, correcting the speeds. I don't know what the target thrust is. In a 7.5 RB211s at 80 tons, but hardly any wind.
546, proceed direct, UK climate maintain 1-4000, Miami Center is closed, radar service terminated, frequency changing group.
UK was full pulse, North UK full pulse, and Rizzo's
American 2835, turn right heading 180.
Looking good.
180, American 2835.
Wait, is there someone on the runway? No. It's wet runway there. Well, I'm so zoomed in now. There we are, that's better.
500.
Checked. Ooh, is that a stream below or bogland? Wait, do you get alligators here? Alright, on speed, on glide, on localizer.
JetBlue 7 South, runway 18 left.
So it's a bit sluggish, you know, the inputs I'm making are quite large. And the pitch authority I've found on the little test sector, continue. It's quite wallowy. I think that's one of the things I'd like them to change. Like, you have to make quite an aggressive pitch input
100.
to flare.
50, 40,
Let's start
30,
flaring now.
20, 10.
Oh, that was a beauty. Speed brakes up. Gently lower than those. Reverses. What a butter. 100 knots.
Like I said, November Alpha, welcome to Savannah, exit left, traffic short final.
Exit left, copy traffic Alpha, 75 November Alpha. Alright, we'll take the exit immediately after runway 1901. Manual braking. That was a beauty.
I'm a 239, turn left heading 180, do you have the field in sight still?
Oh, come on, stop.
I'm a 239, left turn heading 270 to set and maintain 3000.
Right. That's 10 knots. Vacate left here.
American 2835, field 12 o'clock, 22
Oh,
knots.
credit to X-Plane. That looks fantastic.
Looking for the field. Like a 1346, roger, go around, turn left
Oh,
heading 360.
sorry. Oh, I was off. That looks amazing. That looks so realistic. With the CB there at the distance. Amazing. Well, I vacated as quickly as possible. I did.
I'm a 239, continue left.
Promise.
250, field 10 o'clock.
Right, we're on a Bravo here. That's superb.
I'm a 239, clear visual approach runway 171.
So we need to get over there to the terminal. Just going to bring it down right here. Alpaca 75 November Alpha. Yeah, sorry, I tried to vacate as soon as possible. We're on Bravo at Savannah.
After, please, descend and maintain 3000.
I'm just going to make a left here and hold short of 19.
Descend and maintain 3000 after, please. Say the first bit. After, please, descend and maintain 3000. Depart, please, heading 200.
This is a default airport, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the detail on that pooling of the water on each block of concrete.
American 2835, you have the field in sight.
So I'm just going to hold short here because it is an active runway.
2835, roger, field 12 o'clock, 10 miles, reported sight.
There we are.
2835, we're looking. Just haze in front of us. American 2835.
This guy's obviously very busy. Oh, look at that picture. Gnarly thunderstorms in the background.
50, 40, 30.
Agent Fenari, thank you
20,
very much for the
10.
$30. Very kind. Welcome to... Is that Georgia?
Welcome to GA. Free glass of sweet tea at the gate.
Thank you again. Free glass of sweet tea at the gate. Is that a typical beverage in Georgia? I don't know. Thank you. At Jacksonville, sorry. Alpaca 75 November Alpha at Savannah, holding short runway 19 at Echo. Taxi to gate, please.
Okay, 75 November Alpha, welcome to Savannah. Taxi Echo Alpha 3 to ramp, cross runway 1 at Echo.
Get across runway 19 at Echo Alpha 3. Thanks, ATC. Alpaca 75 November.
Yep.
Alright, parking brake release. Clear to cross runway 19 at, and we're going to go Echo Alpha, invite Alpha 3. And if anyone would like to find out exactly where Delta parked their 757s for ultra realism, that would be appreciated.
You're on side for American 2835.
There we are.
2835, cleared visual approach runway 1.
Typical Southern US beverage, sweet tea. Sweet tea is the water of the South. Well, there you go. I've learned a lot today about this part of the world. Make it louder, please. Also, that landing, can we just say, what a butter. I cannot wait for the replay. And this is X-Plane looking incredible. Default scenery with ortho, with amazing weather and clouds. They're a bit funny on the way in, but this is superb. Look how realistic this looks. I love this sim. I'm not sure about the... it's like taxiing on ice right now, but there's very little nose wheel authority. There we are. The butter caused the go around. No, it didn't. Sorry, Josiah Plays, that was you, wasn't it? What's the problem with right?
1609 Roger. Roger, I copy the emergency. What vision if I can do for you?
There's nothing I can do for you. That's what you want to hear from ATC in real life when you declared an emergency. Yeah, mayday, mayday, mayday. We have an engine failure. Yeah, sorry, Alpaca 751. Nothing we can do for you. Gate 11, thank you, Brandon Aviation. We'll take it. Gate 11. Where is it? I've got 10 and 12. Starting the APU. Sounds like he's having a radio failure as well.
Okay, 2212, expect ILS runway 10 approach.
APU have started.
Okay, that's 10 approach, Alpaca 2212.
Transponder to out of. So what these? What's this? Is this someone that's made this sort of improvement to Savannah?
2 by 5.
Strobes are on. Thanks, Poscale. We'll turn those off. It's causing the controller a nightmare, this guy.
No, you don't.
Here's Alpha 3. Oh, I need more volume. There we are. This is really realistic as well when it's been raining and the sun's a little bit lower, close. So a couple of hours at the sunset, it's really difficult to see in that direction. The sun was reflected in the water.
Okay, 1346, turn left heading 180.
There we are. So we'll try and find stand 11.
Okay, 2212 at 3000, maintain 210.
Go from there.
3000, maintain
20.
Young Ross, thank you very much. That's very generous of you. £10 donation. Thank you indeed. Oh, you're going here. Very good.
I'll be going to Savannah in 2 weeks. Excellent landing.
Thank you.
Any chance you can be the pilot on my flight on the
Young Ross, unless I get a transfer to an American company and get my green card, I don't think I'll be seeing you. Unless you're flying in for the UK, but last I checked we don't fly to Savannah, so possibly not. But thank you so much for your generosity, and hope you have a great time in Savannah. Looks like an awesome place to visit. Alright, let's make a right turn here. This is a default airport, ladies and gentlemen. A default airport. What a work of art. And this reflection is amazing. So difficult to see the taxi line in these situations in real life as well. Amazing.
Delta 3043,
Llama? Wait, there's a waypoint called Llama? What? Cross Llama. Posco, your settings posted, we'll look at them. But look at this! It looks incredible! Look at that! Look at the trees! It's really good. It just looks phenomenal. Alright, we're looking for stand 11. I'm going to have to go into an external camera here. It's gonna. Let's go for this one. Look, there's 10.
Is that for Spearwing 1387?
Oh, sorry, 1387, Jack Center, hello.
Hello, we're calling level 350. We're in communication with JetBlue behind us. Just figured we would let you
Turn off lights for a bit.
Roger, Spearwing 1387.
Oh, what a terrible taxi on stand. That's awful.
Hello for 3669.
Oh, where's my little guidance, man? It's not here.
2212, turn 10 degrees right. 10 degrees right, pocket 2212.
There we go. Alright, we'll do our best to stop in the correct position.
November 29 Lima, you have a destination.
Oh.
Please repeat 39 Lima.
I'm out there.
29 Lima, do you have a destination?
Right, parking brake is set. APU should be on the bus and running. Where do you see if the APU is running? Yes, well, APU RPM 100. We can shut the engines down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Savannah. There we are.
Pocket 2212, turn right, 240.
Engines shut down.
White 240, pocket 2212.
And that was a superb flight. You can't beat the ringing bell of an X-plane jetway. Zensin pilot, the water reflections, oh my god, that looks fantastic. Yeah, and we had thunderstorms here. I think we've just missed the worst of the weather. So we're very, very fortunate there. Very nice. Right, do a bit of a taxi and flow here, so packs would have been off. Turn off the beacon. Finish the flight on New Sky. And actually, you know what? It's hot and sticky, isn't it? APU bleed on. Ventilation valve open. I think we're good to go. Bing bong. Right, let's have a look how we did on New Sky. Surely, full marks. 9 point. Why? Minus 0.05 for a greased touchdown. What? What is this? I have no words. That ruins my perfect 10 this month as well. I'm quite distraught right now. Why? I've absolutely greased it. And it wasn't long. Fuel used lower than estimated. 4657, 4663. Oh, I've used less than, what was it? 6 kilos. Right, okay. Well, I made some Wonga. But butter not allowed. Cargo in the red. Oh yeah, what is that? 11 of 28 capacity. I don't know. Right, well, I'm not using New Sky ever again, because that was probably the best approach landing I've ever done in a 7.5. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, an X5 was born from the door. Welcome. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed flying the aircraft though, it was good fun, but it's an aircraft, the FlightFactor 7.5, which it works well, it's fun. It's outdated, if you know what I mean. The textures are a bit old and whatnot, but it flies quite nicely. I do like the add-on, and it's the best 7.5 I think we currently have. I can't wait to try the one out in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but FlightFactor need to do what they did with the 777 to a V2 update, which is going to be 10 years probably. But yeah, it's still an add-on I really like, and I will fly it again on this channel. Well, the APU's nice and loud, as you'd expect. But isn't X-Plane looking amazing today? And you know how much I love Microsoft Flight Simulator. When you've got X-Plane looking like this is a default airport. No extras or plugins or anything like that. Amazing. Stefan says New Sky says you're 11 minutes late. That's probably why. Oh, I've been late before. It doesn't usually penalise you for that. I wasn't happy with that grease landing. That's why. But yeah, very nice. The Sim and the 7.5 is a great little add-on. So if you really love the 7.5, you can certainly think about adding it to your library because I enjoy flying it as well. Great stuff. But beta update. Looking forward to see which more updates they bring.
Level 1440 pushes out. You're on a scratch and advise ready taxi.
Perfect. Right then. Let's conclude things here because it is 10 minutes past 11 tonight here in the UK. But it was great fun to fly in the United States again. Always have fun coming into the US, and it's great to see so many US viewers and subscribers in today. So thank you very much for coming in. I'm closing New Sky and uninstalling it, and let's have a look at that replay because it was a beautiful butter landing from the outside. So let's just turn that off, turn off the overlay as well. There we go. Hopefully we'll go from there. If New Sky wants to be realistic, it should know it's not our job to be on time, literally not in our job description. Absolutely, yeah, it shouldn't penalise you for ever being late, something we just cannot control. Anyway, let's have a look at how that landing looked like from the outside. Let's try a replay. So, let's go back to about there, maybe a little bit further back than that. Just give it a couple of seconds. Come on. Get a little bit closer, but I'll fast forward it. Funky music time, here we go. That was a greaser. Maybe a slight float. I don't know why it penalised me though. Harsh. But the weather conditions were very favourable. Hardly any wind. Thunderstorms have passed. Happy days. Alright, let's get a little bit closer to the runway. Here we come. You can tell it's humid. The 7.5 is such a iconic shape as well. Everyone recognises the 757. Just wish it was a little bit louder with this FTC sound pack. There we are. So in the flare. Oh, that was an absolute greaser. Absolute greaser. Obviously, aircraft handling in the sim is really fantastic. See all the behaviour in the flare and the float. Absolutely what I'd expect. How high do you flare, Matthew? When do you start checking in the 7576? About 40 feet? You won't get away at 20 like you would in the 73. I landed a smidge long, but well within the touchdown zone. Oh, look at the gear behaviour, and also another thing in X-Plane which I really like. See when the flight spoilers and ground spoilers deploy. Look at it sit down on the gear. Look, lift dumped, boom, onto the main gear. Very nice. 7.6 about 40 feet. Can't be too far off from the 7.5. And I flown at about 40 feet today. Side, right by the pappies. Was a tippy toe touchdown, wasn't it? Oh, look, you can see all the water on the jet blast as well. Right, one more view from the tower. Fly the long boy as well, the 300 and the freighter. No decrab, unusual for you. Oh, there's no wind. Maybe a couple of knots. Land with crab, no problem on this runway. Beauty. Lovely, lovely on the nose as well. But at pitch authority, it's lacking a little bit. I have to make quite a few pitching bits. Oh, look at the water spray from the reversers as well. That's superb. And I did my best to vacate rapidly for ATC, but I did cause a go around. Whoops. Right then, I'll pop you back on the approach so you can enjoy the approach here on the left hand side, looking over the wing and engine. There we go. Madrid to Monaco next flight, please. That's a very specific routine. Possibly. But I've got the group flight on Thursday and then my stag do this weekend, so it won't be until next week, I don't think, until I do another public stream. I'll try my best. Right, guys, well, thanks once again for tuning in on another Flight Day Superstrike live stream. Really enjoyed flying the FlightFactor 757. The beta updates are quite small on the 7.5. I've seen some subtle changes and improvements. Hopefully some more in the future will come out to further refine and improve the product. But overall, it's a solid enough add-on, and I enjoy flying it here. In Explain 12, and the sim was looking very nice and on point today. Thank you very much to all the donations and gifted members today. Very generous of you, as always, really appreciate it. And to all the various members here in chat, thank you for your continued support. I'll see you all on Thursday for the 67 members only group flight. But until then, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content. And I'm going to check out now, get myself to bed, enjoy my evening. Hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you on another live stream very, very soon. Cheerio!
Like butter.
Let's go!